Wins last time out for Lucas Tellman and Leon Mishka have propelled them into the lead of the championship in the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy. Tonight we head to Hockenheim for round 4 of the championship, see if they can keep up their strong form. Welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick. Alongside me is David Sampson. And David, we return back to the 60-minute A format for tonight. It's just a single race. But from what we've seen so far this season, it is tricky to call. I am really pleased with just how competitive the order has been, particularly in the last 2 rounds of the season. Yeah,
it was a very competitive race, last race. It's been a good field. It's been a massive field as well. And at Rhode Island, we really saw that in the heat format. It made for some exciting racing, but it's close at the top. I mean, you've got some teams who are able to work together and maybe make a bit of a difference here, but it's anyone's pick for who's going to win the race.
It is really, really tricky to call, no doubt, this season. When it comes to the calendar for this season, we, of course, have already had 3 rounds this championship. We head to Hockenheim, and then in 2 weeks, it will be Spa Donington on the national layout. That will really push the track to its limits when it comes to the amount of cars we have. And then Long Beach will be the exact same, and Imola, a customary season finale here at Apex Racing League. And tonight there is no risk of rain. There was no rain last time out. There was a lot of rain back at Suzuka. I hope that's not the only rain we have for this season, but it is bone dry today, which yeah, I think the drivers will be grateful for.
Well, a few of them are crying for rain for sure, especially if we get it, you know, just for that 15-minute period near the end, or maybe just the beginning. But maybe, yeah, maybe people need a break from the full saturated rain since Bathurst.
Yeah, particularly after Bathurst. Yeah, that will have, yeah, driven a few people crazy. Let's have a look at our format. Like I said, the Format A, so that means we've got the normal 30-minute qualifying, but then we've also got a 60-minute race. The trials are limited to 60% fuel tank usage. Do you know what the fuel usage is around this circuit? I would have thought it'd be
about 3.14. No, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you think fuel usage is higher here than other circuits, is what I'm saying?
It's quite high, yeah. Sure. 2 long straights. Sorry.
How many decimals of pi were you gonna go for?
5.
You're going to go for 5.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look at our previous race highlights then. At Road Atlanta, it was the 2-race format, and it was Lucas Tellman who had this absolutely incredible start. So 4th on the grid, but by the end of lap 1, he was in the lead.
I mean, it was very aggressive. I'm trying to remember all the moves. I think it was all clean. I think he did have an incident.
So this one was protested and almost got a penalty, but it was deemed not to be a penalty, so he kept the race win. This one was not protested.
Right, yeah. I mean, I remember it being aggressive. I'm trying to remember all the moves, so I don't want to generalise. But yeah, I mean, he worked hard to get that win, that's for sure. We did see a couple of instances in T1, which was a little too much, where drivers got forced off. But on the whole, very hard fought.
This was an incredible move from Massetti, storming through the middle. Really looked like the Mustang was pulling out of that final sector very well throughout the night, and he managed to scythe his way through up into 6th position on that occasion. Rennsport had a poor start. After a good qualifying, he dropped back, but he was making his way back up. Fell as low as 6th place, I think, at one point, but he was up to 3rd. He later got past Tabone as well. So yeah, he had a very strong pace out there.
Yeah, he did indeed. Wait, pole, wasn't it? You got?
I think he was on pole. Yeah. But had a struggling first few laps. This was a great battle. Your Tortoise had good pace on the night. Had an issue at the start of race 1 though, and he could not get past Beal, who managed to hang on for P10, and that was the pole position for race 2. But out in the lead, there was no denying Tillman. He admits to himself he wasn't the fastest driver by any means, but he got the lead on that lap 1, and he held on to it from there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he did a stellar job. Very aggressive, but everything within the rules, let's say.
This was the chaos which we cut to. This is still race 1. And the drivers further down the order.
This was last corner, right? White flag. Yeah. It's always the way at Road Atlanta.
So that wasn't a great end to the race. Vildo got the reverse grid pole, and so for the race 2 start was very comfortable out in the lead. There wasn't too many changes, and if anything, it was a bit surprising how much struggling the guys who are at the front of race 1 were struggling to get through the order in race 2.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is a tiring old event. Road Atlanta, you've got to be full committed. I mean, we saw how Tallman got the job done. You've got to be aggressive. You've got to be on it at this track.
And that is how Lacine managed to get past, as well as Mishka. Veal held on for the first 8 minutes, but he could not hold on any longer. This was an incredible side-by-side battle between Viella and Yatortas. Both of them were very quick, maybe didn't maximize their results, got involved in a couple of incidents, but somehow Yatortas managed to stay ahead there, side-by-side round a very narrow part of the track. And it was Mishka who claimed his first ever series win, so it was Telman and Mishka with the race wins. They are first and second in the championship, which we can have a look at now in the pro standings. And there is Telman, of course, one back at Suzuka as well, but him and Mishka, of course, those two won the 2 races last time, and they were battling for the win back at Suzuka as well, so they really have been...
And battling was quite the word. At Suzuka, that was... we're lucky they're still talking.
Yes.
If they are talking.
If they are talking.
If they are talking.
Lacino, of course, was very strong in round 1. He's up there, Viella as well. There's still plenty of drivers who have got a good shot. In the Pro-Ams at the moment, we've got Alexei Bari at the front, but Frederick Kokok was the highest point scorer last time.
Yeah, very tight at the top, though, for this. Anyone can win this championship. Alexei's got a nice lead, but still plenty of races to go.
And the AMs, we were talking about after round 2, after round 2, how no one in the AMs had really had solid results. Honestly, after round 3, still no one's had great results. I think Russ Fowler is the only driver. Russ Fowler and Simon Andre Livingston both got podiums so far, but also with an awful score to accompany that. So really, no one's had a good run so far in the AMs, and so that means that a lot of drivers are still in play. We've got the top 9 separated by less than 30 points, so it is really close in that category. And in the teams, at the moment, we have got Impulse Racing. And this one doesn't look too dominating either, albeit Impulse were very impressive last time out, especially in qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, Valkyrie's had a lot of bad luck at teams this season already. Absolutely, no, are very dominant. Delatraz, I don't think, has too many drivers at this event.
They've got Tailman, haven't they? And others.
I can't think who the other one is.
Tailman, give me a second. This isn't bad commentary whatsoever. Veal and Abithu. They've got 3.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
right, so very fast drivers then. Okay, so they've got a very good chance of winning this.
Yeah, Veal, was very good last time out when he got the reverse grid pole.
He's a strong driver. He
is a very strong driver. Quick promotion, by the way, for Apex Racing Academy Sebring 2.4 hours. This is a one-off event, completely free to enter, and it's just a really good preparation event for Sebring 12 hours coming up in a few weeks' time. So the event is in 3 weeks. It's on March the 20th, and it's just a couple of days before the 12 hours. We're going to be using the same weather forecast roughly as the 12 hours, and once that gets announced, we'll try to copy that as best as we can. And yeah, it's totally free to enter. It's got all the cars. Hopefully we're going to have a big grid. We might even have multiple splits, and it's going to be broadcast by us guys. So do check out Apex Racing League for more details, apexracingleague.com, to get yourself signed up. We only announced it a few hours ago. I think we've already got 15 entries. So that's should have a really strong grid for that one. But let's have a look at the track then at Hockenheim for this race. And turn 1, I'm scared of lap 1 because the last few times we've visited this circuit, incidents like this have occurred.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you try to avoid the off-track on lap 1, then you're going to be caught up in this. I mean, T1's a unique corner, especially at the start. You want to maximize. If you're on the outside, you take the off-track. I do every time because it sets you up for 2, 3, 4, and then the long run. 2 is fine. 3, 4, we're going to see probably 1 or 2 accidents because you're just on that rear fender of someone in front of you, and yeah, if you get a little clip, then all goes to pot.
There's quite a crash-heavy highlights that I have compiled here, but
wait,
I think we need to understand the damage that I think that clip, whilst not being a huge field, does sort of summarise the issues.
Yes, for sure.
Drivers ahead brake earlier. This was a very good battle actually. This was back in the Racing Unleashed challenges, and this was battling for the race win between Saboda and Shop. And this one continuing on for that whole sort of Mercedes arena section. And then I couldn't find any clips actually for the arena because there's not usually many overtakes, but it's still important for your lap time.
100%. And looking after your tyres. I mean, they've got an hour race, so they're going to not want to be drifting through all these corners. And a little word of warning to the drivers, if ones are listening. Pit entry has changed since I was last here. You cannot cross the line now.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's count the 40-second pence.
Sure. Yeah, and of course they will have to make a pit stop today. 60% fuel limit, so expect that pit stop around the 40-minute mark. Our picks for this race, I did very well last time out. You did better the time before, so I think it's about even between us so far this season.
Sure.
My picks for this race, I've gone sort of tried to go for German drivers, thinking that like they might have a home advantage slightly. They'll know their home circuit a bit more. I've gone for Mishka in great form for the pros. Robin Meyer, who is doing fairly well in the Prem. So I'm checking to see where he is in that. He's currently 4th in the championship and had a solid result last time. It was 3rd last time out. And then Antonio Britones, who's had a couple of rough rounds recently, but was very strong back at Daytona. So that was my pick. He's not German, is Britones, but there's not really any Germans at the front of the standings in the AMS.
Yep, so my picks for my pro, I have gone with Brandon, driver of Drive With Loads. I mean, I don't think he's in the top 3. Maybe not even in the top 4. I think he's 4th.
6th.
6th.
But he was 3rd last time out.
I still believe in him. He's a very strong driver, very capable. Yeah. Arson, I mean, Pro-Am's very difficult. They're all so close. I think I've picked right, so I'm going to stick with it. Yep. And I mean, I still feel Livingston should be winning this by miles, but... Well,
he's 3rd in the championship at the moment.
He's gone wrong somewhere this season.
Awful round 1. Scored barely any points.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 rounds he's done very well. So if he keeps up his form from the last 2 rounds, he'll probably be able to take the lead in the championship.
I'm a Livingston fan, so it was hard not to just pick him.
Yeah, I do have that temptation as well. We both thought he was going to win the title before the season started. Yep. So that is, our predictions. Let us know in chat who your predictions are. We will transfer over to qualifying in a moment, but before that, we'll go to a quick advert.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Hockenheim. We are in the early stages of Pro-Am qualifying at the moment as the drivers bid to have the best grid spot for the start of this race. How important do you think qualifying is going to be today? I mean, do you think it's really going to be a high pressure one? Do you think maybe if you were out here you would have been doing a little bit more practice for qualifying than normal, or maybe doing a bit less?
I'll let you in a secret. I only practice qualifying.
Sure.
It's iRacing, so I feel the car classes I drive, qualifying is paramount. So, and I think it's important here, if you want to fuel save and look after your tyres, it'd be nice if you're just in a good, comfortable position that you know pace-wise you should be in. This isn't going to be easy. Open qualifying, especially at Hockenheim. T1 off track. If you push with full commit, you can easily get 2 tenths. On the flip, you can also easily get an off track.
Sure.
So some teammates are working together out there.
So in amateur qualifying, amateurs are completely done. So
very close.
Is Dustin Rinker, who I was saying how I was going all German drivers for my picks. The one class or the one division that I didn't pick a German driver has gone on pole position, which really shows that I had good methodology.
Yeah, not mythology. That would be.
No, that would be something. that's something else. I had good tactics, but I didn't go through with it. I should have had more commitment. So I need Robin Viss to and my other picks to.
Are these
prove me right.
conditions much different to the officials? Because these are I haven't watched any Hockenheim. I've been on a different sim this week, but those times are cooking.
They should be very similar, yeah.
Yeah, those lap times are really good. I thought the top guys were in the like 37 flats, but maybe I'm mistaken.
Occhipinti in second place, Messina after that heroic drive back at Suzuka a month ago in third, and Russ Fowler, consistent as always, up there in fourth. Petona's my pick for the win in fifth, and Livingston your pick for the win in sixth.
Yeah, but he's in a Ford, so he just chomped past everyone on the straight.
True. The Pro-Am's on their first timed laps, albeit I don't feel like Vist is gonna
No, he's losing. He's losing a lot of time.
You are I mean, it's always a bit of a sketchy one, isn't it, when you overtake someone in qualifying? I mean, you can argue that, well, that was the best line I could take for my lap time.
Wist is going to want to pass him so he doesn't spend the next lap behind him.
Yeah, or drop back.
No, you never lift.
Well, you can't pass here.
Yeah, well, you send it.
Someone is letting all these guys pass, but yeah, this is.
I don't know what Wist
questionable
is
from
doing
Robin.
then. Yeah, I don't know why he'd want to be this close to him for the next lap.
At least he'll get this one in the bag. No. He's gone back to the pits. They'll get a new set of tyres on.
Yeah, I mean, really missed the apex there. You want to slap that apex.
Coco currently at the front of the order. He was in great form last time out. Easily won the Pro-Ams. And he's keeping up that form today. Robin Meyer, my pick for the Pro-Am pole, or the win, up in second place. Just gone back to the pits again. A few people in chat. Nikolai liking the track. Impulse supporting their drivers. Boris, who I think has already done his qualifying laps, in chat as well. Simon, talking about a Hockenheim drift. He's struggling to get the car to stick. Goat to Key, supporting Cold Ice Esports, and Simon Livingston, as again, not supporting your confidence in him.
Well, it's fine. He'll get the win.
Daniel Ash has got a lot of clean air. This is going to be his first lap time being set. It's not going to trouble the top places, safe to say. It might be enough for the top 10. Even that might be ambitious. I am a big fan of the Norwich City colours, though.
Yes, I am. I like the Norwich City colours as well.
Or the Brazil colours. Arguably, that's the more famous football team.
Nah, Norwich City.
It was actually a much better lap time than I thought, actually. I don't know where he found the pace. Maybe it was a really good final sector, but he's right up there. He's up in fourth.
Is that a new livery from Altitude? That Ford livery looks fire.
It might be a broken livery, apparently.
Oh.
Oh, it is a bit broken as well. Yeah, he's got 2 windshield
Well, they should save the brokenness. I like it.
Yeah. I'm not sure which football club has green and blue as on their jerseys, but let us know in chat if you know. But Hutchinson doing well, up there in 7th place. Setanov moving up to 18th a moment ago. But still Kokok at the front. Pindle gets close. Well, I say close, quarter of a second. Kokok is coking right now. Coking?
No. I don't know if you saw that. Mark Hutchinson was flashing his lights. I think he was saying hello to us because there was no one in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah, so. And now I'm going to officially change my SDK Gaming profile picture to a real close-up. I think we should all do it. Start a new trend.
We should do that.
Yeah.
But not completely like in shot, but it should be at an angle. I think like a Dutch angle, maybe.
Yep, that's what I'm going to go for. Right, we've got people cheering on Team Impulse.
Yeah, Katie mentioning how Altitude have had a rebrand, and I think they did tell me this.
Yeah, the
because
3M.
it's Altitude 3M.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, I literally was told that a few days ago. But
Yeah, I've spoke to the 3M and Altitude guys since, and I've forgotten.
Sure.
But no, the livery looks good.
Jose Puch, I believe is the pronunciation. We did have this debate at Daytona.
Do you think
in 19th?
Do you think the livery could take them to new heights?
I think what?
Altitude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that. You missed the moment.
Yeah, I know.
You
It took me a while.
You can't go half an hour and then just reference a random car.
No,
and then
it was
look at
4
me and say,
minutes
"I'm
tops.
thick."
4 minutes tops. Oh, Marco's had to retire from the race. Problem with his PC. Oh, what a
That's
shame.
That's a real bit. I mean, it was a good qualifying for Marco as well.
Yeah.
Very good qualifying. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, I'm getting confused. Maybe he wasn't able to do qualifying, apologies. But, I mean, Marco's always a very competitive driver, so... yeah, that's a shame.
Right, a few minutes left. You get one more lap after this, as long as they're quick.
I mean, Coco, I think, is going to be top 10 with that lap time. I mean, he's so far clear of the rest of the Pro-Ams.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, I've barely done any iRacing this week, but I think low 37s were considered very quick. But then again, whoa, he's checked out. Yep. Don't revert, sir. Why, sir?
Oh no, it's Pui. Ash, is it third?
I think it's a Q ban if you don't have TC kill mapped. Because you may not have Cause Carnage, but you're going to. You're like Minority Report. If you don't have TC map bound, then you are going to cause carnage.
Sure.
No Austin Powers turns allowed.
Andreas Meyer, one of the several Meyers, are on track.
One of the several Cold Ice
Yes.
team. Look at that again. They're qualified like in a group again.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, not for long.
No.
Moeller moves up to second, and Meyer moves up to fifth. Again, my prediction that the German drivers would do well here is coming true. They are currently second, third, fourth, seventh, and eighth, and 11th, 12th, 13th. The German drivers are doing very well right now.
They are
Again,
indeed.
my logic was strong. Very strong.
Yeah, I think I'm having an off week mentally.
Rinker, the highest placed amateur driver, still up there in 8th, ahead of Hutchinson, which is a pretty impressive achievement.
Do you like this track?
Not particularly. I'm not sure if I've done a race round here on iRacing. Shockingly. But yeah, it's not one where I think, oh, I want to drive that.
I did an endurance here with Yuri Kastorp. But he said, I'll drive with you if you qualify. I was like, what? And start. I was like, what? Okay.
What position were you in when you got out of the car, and what position were you in at the checkered flag?
I qualified third. I was pitted in second. Yuri put us to first, put me back in... No, I was going to double stint, sorry. I was second at the end of my first stint, and then I made a tragic mistake.
That's it.
I cleared my tyres on the way into the pits. I didn't mean to.
How do you... Oh, so you just have a button, do you?
Yeah. I had to check the replay after the race what happened. I meatballed my tyres on my second stint.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I wondered where my pace was, where my grip was, and then I got a meatball like late into my stint.
Yeah, they do delaminate eventually. No improvement for, I think we were watching Meyer, weren't we, before? He was unable to improve. Can Bari, this is an awful qualifying for Bari. He's our championship leader in the Pro-Ams, and he's way down.
Boris Morton in chat, this is a team thing. We are trained together, so the pace is pretty close, except for mine.
Yeah, where is Boris out there? Yeah, Boris is 31st out of 32. So yeah, he is a little bit detached from his teammates. He's got Hockenheim not too far ahead.
So do you think my pit entry thing will come true? You just cannot cross that right
Well,
part.
I think I would say probably the most controversial pit entry in terms of the one that people mess up most is probably Brands Hatch. And I think what you're describing is very much a Brands Hatch. It's the confusion. It's the I don't know when to get into the pits.
I can't wait for the day they change Watkins Glen and you have to enter the last corner
my
on the right.
Everyone will just leave like a 2-second gap going into that corner every lap.
Yep.
Just think, no, it's too dangerous. Still Coco quarter of a second clear of the rest. The pros are out, and that is everyone in the Pro-Ams completed their lap times now. So that is it for the Pro-Ams. And now we have 12 minutes for the pros to set their best efforts that they can go for. Now, the qualifying form for this season is pretty mixed. In round 1, it was Biella who got pole position. He turned that into a second place on track. In round 2, we had Veal on pole. That was the wet Suzuka rounds, which was a bit chaotic. He did not do very well in that race. And pole for round 3 was Raymond Shephers, who also had a bad race. So basically, if you take pole, you're probably not going to win.
Have we ever seen the Roland cam before?
No, don't think so. Oh, maybe we have. We probably talked about how far he leans back.
Well, I can't tell if that's just the camera, to be honest.
Of course, anyone who's a driver watching the race now, yeah, let us know if you are a driver watching the qualifying. It's quite interesting to me, like whether drivers do get out the car and either just chat amongst each other or watch the broadcast and see how everyone else is getting on. Let us know if you are a driver and you are watching along.
We've got Brandon Cam. This is my pick for the pole position.
He's currently behind Lacine on provisional pole. He caught sort of a 10th ahead. T-Bone 8 in 5th.
Yeah, I've done a lot of laps against Brandon. Like all the practice servers I've hosted over the years, he's been there a lot. He's helped me a lot in the past as well.
He's pushing for a second lap, unlike some others.
Yes, indeed. He's in the Acura. I think the Lambo and the Acura are the pick for this week. As far as Hockenheim goes, I'd imagine it's pure traction, this track. All about that traction.
Sure.
But corners like this, if it's an hour race, they're really going to have to look after their tyres. Nice lines. Undercommitted the exit there. He didn't even touch the red curb. Important corner here. It's all about when you can get back to the throttle. You can get some of the sand on you. It's not an off track. Here you want to use the dip on the left, get your car in it, sit in it, sit in it, sit in it, and then leave. Use the full green, cut the full green. And then everyone has a different line here. I like to go out wide and just one line all the way around. Smooth as possible.
It's looking like a good lap. I think this will be enough for 4th, quite comfortably as well. Might get him in the top 3. Your Tortoise goes to the top.
Seeing you boots, look how close that is to the top. There's less than a 10th. Oh.
So Bone did go to the top. It was a really good lap. It was sizing up pretty well. Left himself with a bit to do after Sector 1, but his Sector 2 and Sector 3 were really good.
What a pick. Sorry.
No, it's not over yet. I've got faith in the German drivers. Michika's currently P5, but back in the pits. But it is close. Yeah, top 7 separated by a 10th and a half.
And like I said, pole 37 flat was what I thought the top time was. So that's an impressive lap time from the AM. Whoever that is, who did a 37.8.
Yeah.
6 cents off in an AM driver to, at the moment, the pole pro time. It's a clever shot, that, from Dominic. It's not only an awesome photo, but he's looking at his car.
Good point.
You know what I mean? I'm going to whip my sunnies out and do that.
Yeah?
Yep. I might make the car look back at me, though. Is that an option?
That's not... We set the... Well, we don't set the car. That's auto-generated by SDK Gaming. Of course, do check out sdk-gaming.co.uk for that very, very cool tool. We basically have to do very little with that, but iRacing sends SDK the paint, and then SDK sort of turns it into the car image that you see there. And so we can do that for every car. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is indeed. It's like the SDK driver information.
So this is separate to that. The driver image is the information app.
Right. Yeah.
Which
Sorry.
Anyone can use. It's totally free. Just put it in, and then whenever you feature in one of our broadcasts, you'll have a nice profile image.
Yeah, I mean, other broadcasters use it as well. Anyone who uses SDK, then all your information's there, which is cool.
Tim Guven's got some work to do. 13th at the moment. He is lining up for a lap, so he's just starting. He's got his teammate only just behind. That's not Mishka, that is Sheffers right behind him, trying to steal a draft. So still to Bonet's first sector is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing anyone really threatening that right now. Tortoise on an improvement though, Lacine on an improvement. Ramsoy on an improvement as well. That's a decent first sector for Ramsoy, currently down in 9th. But he's just at a competitive Sector 1. Expect him to be much higher. Was arguably the fastest driver out on track last time was Ramsoy. Really came back strong at the end of race 1.
Yeah, indeed.
Tailman is also improved, but Tailman, not sure if he's got necessarily the pace. Remember, championship leader, only 14th on the grid right now. He is going to get himself in the top 10 if he continues on this lap, but it's not looking amazing. And now he's sat behind his teammate, and this isn't the part of the circuit where you want to be behind your teammate. Yeah,
perhaps this just isn't the Ferrari's track. I'm trying to think of Hockenheim and Ferrari. It's not a car I usually see around here.
So here comes Tillman. I'm going to go P8. You'll be around Beal.
Let's see into pole. Wow, good lap as well. 36.992. As Brandon Tabone improves, bringing it in less than a 10th. 37 flat. Tortoise pitting. So yeah, not as tight as the top. The 1-2 have got a bit of a margin there. Ramsoy across the line. 11th. Tokyo.
Yeah, it wasn't a great first sector for Tokyo, if I recall correctly. Yeah. But he's on another one now. This will be his last. Yep, will be. Oh, well, it'll be close actually, but I think this will be his last lap. Might just get another one in. Van Spiker well out of position, albeit Van Spiker is usually one of the lower down pro drivers. He is only 3.7k, so he's right on the cusp of being a pro-am. But still, I think he'd like to be higher than 39th.
Yeah, it's a big grid. You really want to get your quality. Really want to get. You made a good call with Frederick Kokok, P8 at the moment, still yeah. Pro-am driver. That's going to be huge for him. 4-place gap over David Moller.
Yeah. Yeah, those two, Kokok and Moller, that's now 3 out of 3 poles for Kokok in dry qualifyings this season. He's looking quite ominous, quite ominously quick this season. Mishka, currently in P6. Final corner. This needs to be a big one for him. This isn't actually a lap, is it? Or is it just a very slow first sector? Okay, no, this is he's now. Oh no, yeah, it's gone.
It's worth a shot.
So that's underwhelming qualifying for the guy who I thought was going to win the race. Ramsoy, this is setting up for another lap as well. No, actually no, it was a proper lap.
Yeah,
it wasn't. I wasn't seeing personal best, but no, it was actually a good lap.
It dropped down Kokok to 9th now.
Yeah. So just behind his teammate. Thomas de Ruyter. Yeah, I don't think this is going to get much higher. Maybe 14th? Come on, can I get another one?
17th.
I should have quit whilst I was ahead. So, who else can put in a lap? We've got Tabone on track, Sheffers, Koroshavan. De Ruyter's not going to complete another lap. But I'm not seeing anyone really posting electric sector times. Sheffers is on a pretty good lap if he can complete it in time.
Yeah, it's close because obviously at 32 they're going to be pulled out. He'll make it to the line.
Yeah, Korshavan will make it.
Yeah.
It's always weird though. With 2 corners to go, you're like, it's only 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And then it turns out it's like 20. It always takes a lot longer than what you think. Korshavan's in the pits. Oh, okay, Sheffers went back. Sheffers was on a good lap.
So his entry there was perfect. So it'll be interesting to see how many people can make sure they're inside.
Tabone won't make this.
No. Oh, yes, he will.
Oh, it's close. Is it pole? No. He was a 10 slow.
Wow.
But I think he made it.
He did make it very tight. Got some last-minute practice in, stay warm.
I mean, most drivers there wouldn't have made it because it was actually a very good final lap from him. And he did make it by that half a second, so yeah,
Yes,
good
indeed.
effort. So here is the grid then for the 4th round of the championship. It's another big one. Corentin Lazine with pole position to... so that's 4 different pole sitters then in the first 4 rounds because it was his teammate Viella who got pole at Daytona. So yeah, Lazine with his first pole. Then it's Tabone, Ubithu, Utortus, Veal, Mishka, Sheffers, Ramsawyer, Kokok is top of the Pro-Ams, and Telman, championship leader, worst qualifying of the season for him, down in 10th. Then it's Korshavan, Tokyo in 12th. It's Mola and Piendl, who are 2nd and 3rd in the Pro-Ams. Grieven, Ash, De Ruyter, Meyer, Schutler, Bist, Meyer, Brown, Rinker, and Hutchinson. There's Ochapinti, Nova, Hooper, Urberstein, Messina, Zetcher, Fowler, Britones, Cialfi, Livingston, Bari, and Puig. And then it's Setanov, Van der Ven, Van Spijker, Sebastian, Senna, Herkenrath, Burnt, Favre, Rhodes, Maglioli, Smolots, Bozeman, Biella with a qualifying ban, Massetti, who I don't think is starting, Euler with a qualifying ban, and Janowski with a qualifying ban. So yeah, I didn't mention Viella's qualifying ban earlier on, but of course he's one of our front runners, and yeah, had to not do qualifying for previous incidents.
So short gridding, so we're going to be...
There's no option at this circuit. There's you can't do the full formation lap.
Yeah,
and you can't do
yeah.
Sorry, yeah, but yeah, but also they pulled it back. It's a longer formation lap than it used to be, isn't it?
Yeah, agreed. There is no 4 short option, but you get this one just before the last straight.
No, yeah, I think you're right, yeah. So it's like about half of that. I think Imola and Suzuka have done the same thing recently, where you don't have the full or short, but it's our medium, which is good, I think.
Look at how many cars.
This could be, we cannot stress enough how dangerous turn 1 and 2 are around this circuit. Like, turn 1 narrows up with the walls, and so if one car goes off, then they ricochet and destroy everyone else behind. So really fingers crossed that we're going to keep it calm. So here comes our pole sitter then. We are away racing. It's a strong start for them, and it is Viella who takes us to the first corner here, heading into turn 1.
Lots of single file. Oh, the 2 that went too wide did look rather touchy, but no, they're fine. I think that's Misha.
A little bit defensive there from one of the
3 wide
cars.
And the guy in the middle was the one that backed out.
I think that may have been Tokyo who backed out.
This is the transitional period we need to be careful
and off
of.
Goes Mishka. My pick for the win has gone in the early stages. Wasn't a bad start for him, but he has spun round at turn 4.
I'm hoping he stays left, otherwise it's ban on top of ban. Because there's about, what, 52 cars coming?
Is anyone going to outbreak themselves into the hairpin? There's a bit of contact again with that same Delichas car. Someone's gone for an ambitious move.
Yeah,
and we have
Ford
got a
there.
spin.
Yeah,
I think it may have even been the Cold Ice Esports jersey who collided at the hairpin.
That was the...
Korshavan might be across the track, I think, as well.
That Ford there, rejoining now, is, I mean, ambitious was an understatement. It was just late, it was just leaning, and then on, just pushed out all the way. It was 3 wide on exit, and the Ford used the entire track. We'll get a replay, but I'm blaming the Ford.
Lassine's still leading. And it can be a dangerous place to lead here because of the long run down to turn 6, but he built a big enough gap in those first few corners. Still some of the Cold Ice Esports are around there, but I think 2 of them got shuffled down with the contact back at turn 6.
Yeah.
And this is Mishka trying to make his way back up the order. So he didn't fall all the way to the back, and at least he was able to pick up some of those places again after the chaos at the hairpin. I've got one driver around. I think it's Daniel Ash who spun at the penultimate corner.
We've got someone entering the pits as well. Thomas de Ruyter, unfortunately. So maybe some wheel damage. That's a shame of an hour race. It's very tight at the top. Brandon keeping nice, but there is quite the train. Let's see. Any sends at all? Or have we entered the fuel saving portion already?
I mean, in such a long queue like this, dives are going to be very possible. If you're 8th in a row, then the driver in front of you is going to be braking super early. We have got a spin, and it's Torquio who has spun round.
Yeah, well,
and some of the other drivers having to scatter. I think was that one of the impulse cars. I think Tim Grieven, I think, had to go off the circuit as well.
Oh,
he's
we got a
also been
send.
placed in that. Mishka still making his way through the order. There is his teammate Grieven, who just lost a few places, and he might lose another one here because he's alongside Daniel Cialfi.
Yeah.
He loses out.
I'm looking forward to seeing that Ford cold ice move, because I think yesterday it was late. Everything about it was poor, especially the exit. I mean, it was bad enough it was late and tight and stuff, but then to track out the entire width of the track, I think it pushed 2 people off. Oh, we've got another pity. Let's see, it's Tim Grieven.
Yeah, I don't know you. Well, I guess he was involved in that hairpin incident, but I'm surprised he's got enough damage to warrant a pit stop. So Lacine with a fairly much bigger gap actually this time round. They'll all condense a bit through turn 5, Parabolica. And in terms of the position gains there, so yeah, you taught us up 1 place, and yeah, there are the standings on the left side. That is a bit of contact. That's unnecessary contact. That is Tellman and Sheffers. I think Tellman's really been in the war, so at least some of the Terrachaz cars were defending hard on lap 1. Tellman might lose out on this position, which I think he gained earlier on. Sheffers on the inside. Sheffers forces him off.
No, you're allowed on. The optimal line is where Tellman was, so no.
Sure.
No. We used the whole green, so that's fine. I get more annoyed when a driver in that situation doesn't track out to where normally he would like stay on the track to be like, oh, I'm leaving. It's like, yeah, but come on, I expected you to go to where you normally go.
Sure.
No, that was fine from Sheffers.
So
Tellman had nothing to, that he wasn't getting that. He tried to intimidate to get that. And Raymond Sheffers showed, I am not buying whatever you're selling.
Tellman then was up 4 places from his race start. Now he's up 3.
Oh.
Maya not happy. Sorry, Barber not happy with Maya.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. We caught that late. I don't know if Father backed out. Let's see. So I'm trying to see how far the train goes back. It looks like at the moment it goes back to the top 12. Mark Hutchinson 13th, just not quite in the train. He's not miles back, but unfortunately if you fast forward 5-6 minutes he will be.
Biella is up 24 places so far from his qualifying plan. He is 18 seconds off the lead.
Actually, talking about up positions, same driver, Mark Hutchinson, who I mentioned just off the train, he's up 11.
Yeah. Oh, that's a smooth. Is that Torquay past Urbestein?
Yeah.
He's got it done yet. Got some replays of the lap 1 instant. Oh, so there was contact. Oh, no, well, there wasn't really contact. He got over the curb.
No. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's see. No, just spun turning too much to the left. Whoa, the Ford. Wait, he hit.
Maya was...
And then, this is what I don't understand. Wait. Oh my God.
I got you guys on the right, so I'm going to get you guys on the left. Torquay hit the back of Grieven here. Oh, that's really... I didn't... So that, I mean, that explains why Grieven had to come back to the pits, right?
Yeah.
That's bad from Torquay. That will be a hefty penalty. That'll probably be a 30-second post-race, actually, because of the fact that the other driver needs to come.
What was
to
the
pits.
Ford get then? 3 weeks? That was awful from the Ford. Awful.
It always happens, doesn't it, where one person is carrying twice as much speed into the corner as everyone else.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, so yeah, that's one problem I have with it. But Why off the corner do you take out two more?
Yeah. I
You
don't
hit two
understand.
people on the way in, you slow, and then you're like, I'll fix this by throttling outwards. Okay. You basically hit 5 or 6 people.
We have one retirement from what I can see. Schuttler has retired from the race. Started in 19. There was actually a good qualifying for Schuttler. But he's out of it seemingly. That's a send from Hockenheim. He doesn't lose a place, to be fair, but it leaves him vulnerable. Hooper getting very frustrated. Hooper's...
Well, he dived back to the racing lines. That's where his frustration's coming from. Oh, I hope the green car sees this.
Mishka still on the comeback. And he's coming close to incidents.
We got Craig and chat cheering on Ross Fowler. Ross Fowler has a lot of fans. Over the weeks, we've had a lot of Ross Fowler fans.
Yes.
Seen him with the camera?
Uh-oh.
Oh, everyone's dead.
Ash Herkenrath, maybe? And Grieven. Oh, no, it's not Grieven again, is it? It's a corner that Grieven got assassinated earlier on. Oh, no! Oh, that's bad news. Oh. I mean, when we saw that car in the middle of the track, I thought that could go bad. And honestly, I didn't even think it would go that bad. Father tried to get back on the track, but
Father and Co are playing dirt rally.
He's out.
You don't race on the grass. They were racing. Oh, wow.
Is that Fowler going back to the pits? Oh, I think he's collided again with me.
That's a 40-second penalty. That's what a 40-second pen looks like. You cannot cross that.
Well, I think we might have another one here.
Yep, that's a 40-second pen. That's a 40-second pen, yeah. You cannot cross that V shape anymore.
Oh, Mishka is... Yeah, I think, yeah. I think come back 2 weeks.
Yep.
Steve asking what's going on. Oh, we've got the same question. I apologise to our producers who are going to have to try to get something up from that.
The replay will be this 16 car cam grid system.
Just show like the blimp covering the whole track.
Yeah. As far as the incident, okay, so he reversed to get out of the way, but hear me out. There's a reason we say hold your brakes. Don't try and high IQ it. I get it. You were heading in the direction of least danger, but two things. The racing line is the gravel. Like I said in the outlet, we run to the gravel, so you're reversing towards the racing line. And two, when the person approaches you, you're dead still, so they pick left or right.
Yeah.
And a few of them picked left, and you reversed. So...
Also, something else is that, and I've been there before, you have no idea where the edge of the circuit is when you're perpendicular to the track.
Yeah.
You look and you're like, oh, I'm on the edge of the track, I'll just pull forwards. And it turns out you've actually got maybe 2 meters to the edge of the track. So you don't trust yourself because you're probably wrong.
Yeah, just hold your brakes.
Just do that, yeah.
And wait for it to quiet down. And the two that were racing on the dirt to get back, that was fun. That needs to be a clip.
I mean...
Oh. All right, so let's keep an eye on the main train. It goes down to... Oh, Frederick Koch is 10th. Only down 1 through everything and almost in the train. But the Pro-Ams have really come together now. They're all 5 in a row together. The pros are not showing us how it's done. There are a lot of pros missing.
Yeah, top 9 pros, but yeah, all the others are scattered amongst the order. We've got Preach is doing very well. He was involved in one of the incidents here, I think, and he's missing the front of his car, but he wants to get to at least probably 18 minutes into this race, and then he can get to the end of the race on a tank of fuel.
What is that camera I'm seeing? I'm so confused.
Yeah, that is weird. That reminds, yeah.
Vertical mobile shot. And I still don't see it.
We're being explained.
I'm being explained to my ear what it is, but my brain won't let me see it.
I can't help but think that the screen is behind him.
Oh yeah, I see. But how does he have this? I'm baffled. No, my little brain won't.
I don't understand.
We'll cut to that self-analysis.
Yeah, it's best to move on. Probably everyone in chat knows what's going on, but I don't. Ojapinti up 4. He has got Bari and
Oh, he's going
Betones
for both.
behind.
Aye.
Betones trying to get both, and so that wasn't Betones, that was Viella, who of course is out of position after not doing qualifying. He's up 27, might be up to 28 very soon. And of course these guys will see that number potentially next to his name and realise that he's a pro driver. Might not fight him too hard, but Ojapinti's putting up a fight. And Bari might be able to benefit from this one. Didn't quite stay super tight, but he'll still have the draft into the stadium section.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Viella's cleanest hairpin, that's to say. He set up the move and on the last-minute brake release to get both and sort of didn't.
Did he make that?
No. But he got it done, and there was no carnage. More replays, and this is going to be fun. Oh, my hairpin. What is...
So that was Puig into the back. And then
So
he went
Jose
into
down
Ash.
there, yeah.
And then I think it was Grieven who got involved. And then that was Mishka who
so
got
that's-
wiped out.
Wow. If a couple of them had slowed a little, it might have made it easier. Oh, my. Yeah, I mean, they were fully aware there was a car facing the wrong way. They tried to gain from it rather than survive it.
Sure.
Not Mishka though. Mishka, like.
Oh yeah, Mishka had no chance.
Got
I mean, he did well to avoid it in the first place.
Correct. Yeah. Everyone else saw yellow as a I'm gaining 3 spots.
Would you say with time you've become more cautious with yellows or less cautious?
I've just learned that you don't get anything if you don't survive it. You know, damage is so critical in this game. It's so easy to get a meatball that. So I do see it as an advantageous opportunity to gain positions because idiots will crash.
Sure.
So I don't even think about it as gaining from quickly getting by the ones that are spun. I think of all the people that are going to drive into everything that's happening right now.
I think I hate myself so much when I do get involved in a crash, when there's been a yellow flag, and I think, why did I try to gain half a second? My race is literally over now.
Correct. Yeah, you've summed it up correctly right. Half a second, maybe lose 1 spot from the guy behind.
Yeah.
But instead your race is completely over. So yeah, just it takes time, experience. I think of myself as pretty good to avoid. I stay out of instance a lot. It happens, like you make the wrong decision, but you just can't dwell on it. Watch it back, see what you can learn.
Bretones with a good race, up 7. He didn't have a good qualifying, but he's picked up on some of the mess in front of him. We are now up to 5 retirements. Setsanov, Mishka, Grieven, Upa and Schutler all out. And Favre's still going, actually. Favre is still going. Is Bari being overtaken by Viella? Another overtake for Viella?
Yeah, he's cooking. One thing I do, talking about surviving incidents like that, if I'm going to lift, I brake 1 or 2% to engage my brake light.
Sure, very
So,
smart.
yeah, everyone behind is engaging, even if I'm only taking off a hair. Just helps to let the driver behind know what you're doing. Because you can't see a lift until you hit them.
Yeah.
I fancy a meatball sub now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really do fancy it.
I've been to Subway in Corby, and maybe it's just the vegetarian stuff, but it's not my. I don't think I'm going
Right,
again.
fine, I'll head out to the shops, I'll get some mince, roll them into balls, you know, I'll make it all au naturel. I'll bake my own bread as well. My wife bakes good bread.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
good save.
We might have a Timo Glock moment there. Who was that? Was that Maya who nearly lost it, or Eula? Sorry, I think it was Eula who nearly binned it.
Alan saying Subway is very sub. Yeah, it's true. I have to say, since I left England all those years ago and came back, it is a night and day difference in quality.
Change of position between the teammates. This is Nova passing Rinka. Rinka is still top of the amateur drivers. He's been doing very well to keep it clean, and fortunately for him, he is like the meatballs in a meatball sub right now. He's in the middle of the bread.
Yeah, but meatballs are also on the outs. I see.
No,
You're reaching.
They're all the
You're
same, to be honest,
reaching.
aren't they? So actually, it's not really a sandwich at all. It's just 3 layers of
Correct.
something like a. I don't know what it's like.
Give it up.
I think we hung on that for a good
Lap and
5
half.
seconds, and
Oh, there's a send here.
yeah. Of course, he's already been involved in an incident today as Tokyo.
That
He's
was
willing to get involved in another.
Well, it was borderline reactive block. It wasn't a block, but it was borderline because that cold ice car did move over. But like I say, it wasn't a block. It was just borderline.
Casey asking in chat, did Fowler make a scheduled pit or has he had an accident? He had an accident.
Yeah.
We didn't see it, but we
Boris is in
saw
an accident right now.
another incident that happened on the same lap, and actually he was involved in the stadium incident, which took out a lot of drivers. That is really ambitious, Alessandro, considering that he unquestionably murdered someone earlier on in this race. I'm amazed that he's remaining so aggressive at this point.
Yeah. In that discussion, I think Boris had an issue. Cold Ice Sports Green dropped a chunk of time. Yeah, Tokyo's looking hungry, let's say. So the train has been broken up. Let's see. Yeah, it's just the top 2 now. Something happened with Tokyo, and then Tokyo's only got Bitsu behind him. Then it's broken up to Alexi Ville, sorry. But still, the top 9, not too far apart. I've just realised you love your, what is it, 17x limit?
20.
Oh wow, you are kind. That's going to be tough for an hour though.
Yes, yeah.
Very tough around here. I mean, let's look. If we stay on like that T1 alone, this lap there'll be 7x's handed out, minimum.
It's also scoring pretty good points. It's going to mix up the championship a little bit. Is this result? Tillman in 7th place as it stands, and of course, already Mishka's out of the race. Mishka's 2nd place in the championship. Tillman in the lead of the championship. So good opportunity for Utortas, who's had some solid results so far this season. One of the most experienced drivers, has won Pro-Am championships before in the Porsche Cup Series, but has been a regular, I think, for the last 5, maybe even 6 GT3 trophy seasons, and improves just a little bit every season.
You love to see it.
And of course, we are expecting pit stops in about 15 minutes' time. The drivers should be able to go approximately 35 to 40 minutes on a tank. Tokyo has now got one of the Cold Ice esports drivers, but I think he's also made another enemy. Eberstein was the one he got past, and Eberstein could go back for a dive here if he wanted, but he's going to think smartly about it. I mean, what he should know is that Tokyo is going to have at least a 30-second penalty later on, because he caused an absolute mess at the hairpin.
Yeah, he did. He did indeed. So, Tabone's holding on to Lasing. Be interesting to see how the fuel shakes out between them two. But yeah, Talman, we haven't mentioned it because he hasn't been anywhere, but just got nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
for him,
he had a really good start to Tillman. Like, he started 10th, got up to 6th, then dropped back down to 7th, and is becoming a bit of a lonely 7th now.
Yeah, usually, you know, mentioned in interview he struggles or not feeling the pace, but he'd always find it, you know, wherever he has to muscle the car through, but, yep, it's just not there.
Shout out, by the way, to one of our sponsors for this series, Apex Racing Academy. Apex Racing Academy, of course, designing data packs for these GT3 cars, as well as many others in iRacing. So if you want to get faster, go to apexracingac.com. They're going to have, of course, data packs for the Sebring 12-hour cars. So if you want to start prepping for that event, it's only 3 weeks away. Signing up to Apex Racing Academy at apexracingac.com is a really good place to start, get yourself up to speed, and yeah, make sure that you're not messing around too much with fiddling with setups, and that you're able to focus on putting down some laps. So thanks to them for sponsoring. We just watched Tom Euler passing Vincenzo Occhipinti.
And it was clean.
Ooh, that doesn't look 100% clean, but he didn't go for it in the end. Maya's going to have a decent run here. Very poor exit for Occhipinti, but that might actually protect him a little bit if it blocks up.
Yeah, not easy
Maya
to pass here in this section. You really want to... Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to ask of the tyres. It's better to just set it up and get it somewhere else. Use the off-track in one. Oh, that's not how you do it, though.
10 seconds?
Or just not allowed to watch F1 for a year. I don't know what to say.
It's nice that we're able to agree on these things, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little bit of, you know, this, that. I like to be a bit of a devil's advocate. But, yeah, there's no question on that one. This is very close for the lead. Tabone is right on the tail of the scene. And, of course, Tabone staying this close, even if he's not lifting and coasting, which I imagine he probably is at some corners, he will be saving fuel, and that could prove very important when it comes to the pit stops.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in a good spot now. And if he is holding on this close, like we see lots of people in draft on the track, but 3/10 behind after this long, we don't really see anyone else doing that all that long. So yeah, he's in a very comfortable spot. I mean, I'm trying to run the numbers quickly in my head. Does have a slight fuel advantage, Acura over Ford. Ford is not the easiest car to pass, though, so really is going to want to use that fuel advantage. But so he definitely needs to go a lap longer, or just make sure he pits a lap before. You don't want to pit on the same. It's a short pit road, right? It's not certain you're going to get the jump done.
Sure.
It'd be much easier to come screaming around this corner while you're on pit exit. And obviously the other advantage is pit exit's got the right. If you are tight,
True.
you probably want to be that lap extra and be on the pit exit line. Yeah, no, Brandon looking very good. Obviously, Lassine's looking very good. He poled and he's leading the race and has fastest lap, so there's nothing to take away from him. He has no draft in front of him, so he's obviously cooking.
Yeah, let us know in chat who you think is going to win this race, who you think is yeah, looking like the favourite right now. But certainly, yeah, on track, as you were saying before, Tabone not really offering much of a challenge. It will probably be in the pit stops that any move is made. Top of the programs, by the way, is still Frederick Kokok. He's been leading the whole way. He's actually one place down from where he started as Kokok. Started up in P9 overall. He's now P10. Top of the amateurs is still Dustin.
Tokyo is in between them, making no friends. I say he doesn't survive this. I was wrong.
I don't know how they got. How did they get in that position?
I don't know.
Well, they must have had the worst turn of their race, and all that battling has dropped them into the clutches now of Viella and Zetcher. Viella made a lot of places in the early stages, but then the field in front of him was very spread out, I think, and it's been just picking one off every few laps since.
You're watching 20 minutes time. We're going to cut to Tokyo, and he's surrounded by cold ice cars, like all 6 of them, boxed completely, and they're just controlling where he goes.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not pitting. You're not pitting,
like,
sir.
Take him like off the track.
Yeah.
You're staying here.
We have
He
decided.
toes, comes back to the pits, comes out of the pits, and they're there waiting for him.
All surrounding his pit box. Yeah. Yeah, Tokyo's not been making friends. He's been getting the moves done, though. He's up quite a lot of positions from the incident.
Zetcher in the first pit stall, he's done well to find that one.
He hasn't.
A bit gingerly to get in.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I hate the first pit stall here. Oi! Is that Veal on... Who are we looking at here? That's...
This is Sheffers on Veal.
Oh, yeah. They are not going to make the 20x limit.
Tillman, the teammate, of course, of Veal, trying to get involved in this one. Veal's going to hold on. He does. But Sheffers is looking faster.
Viella has lost. Wait, Viella was battling Michael Epstein back then. The Cold Ice people are in another battle. I almost confused Torquio with Viella there, sorry. Yep, there we go. Yeah.
No. I don't know what people have against Cold Ice, but then being...
I don't know.
Beat up.
Plus, I feel like I literally just pre-saw that on the data.
Yeah, you literally said that 10 seconds before it happened.
Yeah, I saw it. I can see through the numbers now.
Kokoke as well lost a few places, so that means that Mola is now front of the Pro-Am drivers. And yeah, that is a setback for Kokoke. Great drive as well from Hutchinson. I know we said that he gained a lot of places, but it really didn't seem like this was his track based on qualifying, but he is having maybe his drive of the season. He's behind Pindle and Mola in that top 3.
Yeah, a couple of replays. Let's take a look, see if all these moves have been as bad as they looked. Yeah, I mean, that move was awful.
Yeah, that's the one that we watched on board.
It's his apex. That's not how it works. You are not alongside. You don't have any...
Okay.
So this is the Torquio 3 wide, how it's happened.
So yeah, the Cold guys were sort of forcing... Well, were sort of battling each other, and then he made...
I like that. No, that's fine from Torquio.
I mean, it's not smart, though, is it?
Well...
I mean, for self-preservation, I mean. It's not against the rules.
He wouldn't have done it had they had different colour liveries. There you go.
Sure. Okay.
But he felt team boxed in, and I mean, you'd have done the same. I'd have done the same. If there'd been a blue and a green livery, he would not have done that. But he felt like they were manipulating it there on voice. Uh-oh.
Coming all the way to the inside, but Ochapinti finds a gap. It's against De Ruyter, and he is past De
Ruyter's
Ruyter.
got the exit, I think. No.
I think De Ruyter is the faster driver there. He was 1.2 seconds faster on that last lap, so maybe this is just a matter of time.
Oh. The Audi copied his line there. Thomas is a good driver. I've raced against him loads in officials. Thomas De Ruyter. He's very quick. Yeah, Steve Rubinio in chat saying they had him boxed in. Yeah, that's how we would have felt. I reckon that's how we would have felt. They were manoeuvring on the straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I think they're just, yeah, if it'd been 2 different colour liveries, it's just racing. That's how you see it. But yeah, if you feel like you're being manipulated by a team, then no way.
Winker's going to get overtaken by Viella. There goes Viella. Up to 18th, he's up 31 places. Veal! Oh no, Veal and Ramsawyer, I feel like, was off the track as well for Mo. I think Ramsawyer may have just been avoiding or just picking up a 1x. But Veal was having a good time of it. And Shepherds has lost a place to Tellman. Tellman's had a very successful few corners.
Oh, that's deep.
And...
What a... Look at that.
Oh, Tellman does get it done. So I think Shepherds and Veal collided. Remember, Shepherds were trying to get past Veal.
Yeah.
Tellman caught up to the back of them very quickly and has passed the pair. Now, I don't think Tellman will hold on to this because Shepherds did pass Tellman earlier on in the race.
There is one fact. You cannot pass Tellman.
Well, he got past earlier on though, right?
No, he's not. Tellman doesn't leave gaps, mate. I like Tellman. I like his driving style, but he's not the easiest man in the world to pass.
No, he did get a penalty last time out in race 2 of the evening. Got him 5 seconds, but only lost him 1 place. I think it was to his teammate Veal anyway, so not a bad place lost.
Well, Schiffers does look fast. Looks very fast.
And he's going to go for it.
Let's see if I'm right.
This could really open up for Ramsawyer as well. Tellman holds on.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The exciting replays. So this is what happened to Veal.
Oh, he lost it all by himself. Wow.
Whoa, that was weird. This was Talman.
Well, I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah, that was fair. The other car knew. No, that was nice.
Yeah, that's good.
If you pinch like that on entry, then you need to know I'm going to track out that all that little bit more on the exit.
Again, to play devil's advocate, could you argue that if you're pinched to the inside there, you should, like, compromise your speed in order that you can actually make the corner?
Did you see it was Talman, yeah? So you knew what you were getting when you pinched him. Nothing against him, but yeah, he races through and through, up to the limit. Suzuka was amazing.
Oh, into the pits already for Lacine.
Yeah, here we go.
I wonder if Lacine is thinking of taking tyres here, because this is way earlier than the fuel. The fuel can go at least another 2 laps than this.
If we get the track back, maybe there's lappers. Could also be that, because we've seen a few people box.
Maybe, but I don't think there's really any gaps. Unless he comes out behind Hui and ahead of Ash. That's the only gap that you can maybe find.
There's a lot of people pitting, mate.
Maybe the fuel... Maybe you just use loads of fuel around this track. Maybe I'm just underestimating how much fuel there is. Oh, no, he is taking tyres. Yeah, they are taking tyres. Interesting. I don't feel like they... I've done enough of these races. I should know if they take tyres. I don't think they usually do.
It's a hard old track. So this lap's critical for Brandon. Makes sense for him. Well, unless... He wants to get this done. So I assume he'll box this lap.
No, well, it might be that they have to take so much fuel that it's actually not a disadvantage to take tyres anyway. I think the tyres might be free.
Oh, I'm going to check on how many people get the 40-second pen.
So Sheffers is having a very long pit stop. This is bad news for Sheffers, who started in P7.
I was thinking 5 people when I announced it.
Sure. Well, we saw like 3 in a row earlier on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Sheffers has got it.
Yeah. Muller's got it.
Yeah, Muller's got it. Oh, so David Muller was lead. Oh, wow.
Manuel's got it.
Muller and Pindle were top 2 in the Pro-Ams, and they've both got it.
So it pays to be early to the broadcast, listen to the intro.
Yeah, it's not all nonsense that we...
It is a lot of nonsense, but I did mention the entry has changed. Michael Eberstein has got it. Oh, it's brilliant.
Yes, so
you'll know if Brandon's got it because you'll see everything being thrown around the room.
So it turns out that just the fuel is... Well, I don't know. We've got Korshevin still going, but he's almost the only driver. So, yeah, this just turns out to be the most fuel-consumptive circuit in iRacing, I think, basically. And they're all taking tyres. We will see where Tapone comes out. Of course, if they are limited by tyres, then he's not going to save any time on pit lane. Here we come. It's going to be close. Your Torts... Wait, what? Your Torts is ahead of Tabone. Where's Lacine in all this? Lacine is only just ahead, but ours... Your Torts had an incredible pit stop.
We are checking.
But this is incredibly close. So it's Lacine who still leads. Your Torts has made up at over 2 seconds on the lead.
Brandon must have had a mistake on his in-lap.
Well, Brandon had a long pit stop, though. Look, he lost 2 seconds. So,
by the way, Ramswear got the speeding pen. Mark Hutchinson got the speeding pen.
So that's the top 3.
Raymond Schiefer's got the speeding pen. Dave Muller, Manuel Pindy, Mike Webster.
So the top of our Pro-Ams is now Robin Rist, who had a super short pit lane. Coco would have taken the lead in the Pro-Ams, but he had a long pit stop. So Vist has gone from 5th to 1st by just having a normal pit stop.
Brandon must have missed his box, because it doesn't make sense that he fuel saved for that long and went a lap longer and then had the slowest pit stop of anyone inside the top 8.
True, yeah.
I mean, mistakes happen. Like, he might have just made a miscalculation on entry, or... There's so many speeding pens.
But yeah, that would have been incredible if your Tortoise had taken the lead there. I mean, he was 3 seconds off the lead, I believe, before the pit stop.
I saw an ace-lift car coming out, and I have to admit, my natural instinct was just, it's a lapper, because how could someone else be involved right now? But yeah, very good.
And of course, the B3, we shouldn't discount him. He's right with these guys. We're seeing with a 1X.
No. Is Dominic?
Yeah, Korshevin already out on track again in 6th. That was a great pit stop.
Very good pit stop. Fastest of anyone who did a legit pit stop, yeah?
Yep. This is very close between your Tortoise and Tabone. Tabone might send it. No.
Might not have send fuel left. I don't know what went wrong in his pit stop, so it all depends on what went wrong. Because if he missed his pit stops and shorted his fuel, because shorting the fuel was the strat to get P1, then he's left with 0 strat. He's third with not enough fuel to fight. But I am guessing here. I don't know what went wrong. If he accidentally put too much fuel in, then he can cook all the way home. But I doubt he accidentally put in a couple of litres there.
Viela's up to 12th in all of that. He gained at least 3 places. I think it may be even more than that, just due to the pit lane entry penalties. And so Viela's up 37 places now. He's really rivaling his Suzuka race earlier on in the season, where he gained a similar amount. I think that was him, at least. It was him or his teammate Lacine, or both, who gained that many places. Yeah,
the biggest name to get the pen was obviously Ramsawyer. It's really cost him. Down 14. Slow pit stop from Cocoa Country, but this looks more just like in an accuracy because it's 24 seconds. So a couple of people, 3 people did 24. All I can assume is a slow pit phase and just a lap too much fuel.
Oh, was that so, Frederick?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. About 4.5 seconds off in pit stop phase.
This is very close again for second and third.
I mean, your Tortoise may have a bit of a fuel consumption issue.
That was very non-committal.
Yeah, I don't think they have a. I think they're fighting over scraps. Like, they both don't have a lot of fuel to fight. So they're playing the lift Olympics to see who can lift the latest. Pierre Bitsu, very short pit stop also. Yeah, I think we're just going to see Lacine pull away.
So Viela past Tokyo. Van Spijker's just moved up to 20th. We've weirdly got 4 pros in 20th, 21st, 22nd and 23rd in this race. But yeah, Van Spijker's just got, I think he got past Sheffers, but I might be wrong on that one. I feel like Sheffers will be making his way back up. Sheffers, of course, would have been around Telman and Koroshavin right now.
What is the Porsche doing?
Oh, wow.
What was that? Oh my God.
Janowski, who of course did get a qualifying ban for previous penalties, nearly picked another one there.
Yeah, that was a really strange decision. I don't know what category it would fall under. Moving under braking, blocking. I don't know.
Epstein might get the pair of them here after his long pit stop, and he does.
Onk.
Wait, don't. I mean, that was definitely Janowski squeezing, I think, at the hairpin. He's still flashing.
I'm not sure he's self-aware.
This is the side-by-side for second place.
When you're driving, sometimes you do just feel it's everyone else's fault,
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice when you're right, but...
Tabone getting his nose ahead. This is crucial. Yeah. Tabone needs to get this done now if he's going to have any chance at passing Lacine, but he hasn't. And Lacine makes a few more tenths of a second up the road. But that was great defense there from his horses. Yeah,
I do smell that these boys are fighting with the fumes they can spare. Curious Brandon didn't try and cover that off. But it depends. On this camera, it can deceive you sometimes, the distances. He might have only been ahead for a split second. And then you don't want to be moving under braking.
So 1.4 seconds they get. That's pretty much the biggest gap that Lacine has been able to enjoy for this entire race.
Who's got the spare 1X and can afford it in T1? Neither of them. They're really thanking you, Sam. Definitely, they both tried to not get the off track there. Whereas if you race fixed around here, you got, what, 17X and it's 10-lap race. Bam, I'll take one a lap, thank you.
So here comes the next attempt, and of course Yutor's got a very weak draft now of the race leader, so a better chance than ever for Tabone, but he might be a bit further back this time. Credit to Yutor, he's not fending off clean air. He's making sure that he's trying to keep some pace up. Catching back in with Mola, who of course had the long pit stop. 3 of our Pro-Am drivers could have had an easy lead right now if they hadn't had cut the pit entry, but all top 3 in the Pro-Ams all got a 40-second penalty.
So we're going to get a move done here. Porsche's squeezing though, but I'm not sure what you can squeeze here, because all you've got to do is brake late, park the bus on the apex, and then use the forward power.
So Hutchinson up to 26th now. And yeah, Hutchinson would be an easy top 9 right now if it weren't for that. Oh wow, alongside around this part of the circuit. And Tabone is passed. And that could not come soon enough. 2 seconds now to gain on the race leader. Yutortus is very slow, but Abithu is a smart driver. He's not going to try a move at turn 1. But yeah, that would be fascinating to see exactly how that all happened. You do sometimes see a dive into the penultimate corner.
Yep.
I didn't think that would be where he'd get it done.
If you can get them offline at 2 corners previous, it can sacrifice their run into that corner. But yeah, I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Let us know in chat if you think Tabone is going to catch and pass Lacine for the end of the race. And now it's Yutortus versus Abithu, which is pretty much what it was for the first stint. Yutortus held on for the full 35 minutes earlier on. Let's see if he can hold on for another 25 here. 15, sorry. Yeah. And Viella has got past Brown, but that was a to be expected move. I haven't really mentioned Andrew Brown, but he's doing very well. So 22nd, that is up into 11th. The only memory I have of Andrew Brown so far this season is when he put on the slick tyres on a wet track at Suzuka and lost 15 seconds a lap. So this is a much better race for him today.
Yep. Viella up 39 positions. I mean, I can't remember if he's got a pen coming his way or not. Obviously, it's up to the steward.
No, I don't think he's got one.
Oh, nice. That was obviously the...
that was Tokyo.
Tokyo, that's it. More replays. So this is how he set up the move. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yep. That was well executed.
I think you'd probably seen that the lap before, right?
Yeah, it must have been.
Saw that Yutortus takes that wide line through the second part of that.
Maybe
S.
lifts early to find a good place to save where you're not usually passed.
Tokyo. I think Tokyo made that one all clean, so it's all good. Tokyo's up into 11th.
No, he has an immunity pass. Any dangerous moves, the camera cuts away. Okay, so this is Bits' moment then.
Yeah, Yutortus is really struggling. It might be with fuel, like you said earlier on.
Yeah, he's got that done. Yeah, I'm not sure.
No?
That was strange. They were both being really timid. But, let me guess. They both have 1x to spare, Sam. So they couldn't touch. They got near touching that. Stop.
They were... I mean, Abithu's got no excuse. He was stuck behind Yutortus for that whole first, and he should have been saving. We talked about saving fuel. He should have been saving 1x's.
Yeah, not at this track, you know.
Pedal's got back ahead of Hutchinson, by the way, for 27th. Earlier on, that would have been for second in the Pro-Ams. Now it's for...
Someone's got some overspeed. Oh, keep it straight, sir. Alexi was a little bit struggling to drive straight there.
Alexi's had a good race of it. Remember, championship leader going into this round had an awful qualifying, down 35th overall, and he's up 18 places. He's now 5th in the Pro-Ams, which would have been beyond his wildest dreams at the start of the race.
Sorry, there's a chat message I have to read. I want to read this. I want to hear a funny story. My cat turned off my PC, and that's why my race was over. I hope next race will be better. And Leon Misker's in chat. Bad luck today. Yeah, sorry to hear. That's one way to exit a race. That's never happened to me because I don't own a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, you need a, I was actually thinking, and our producers just reminded us that we have covers on the top of our PCs here at the Apex Racing TV esports studio to prevent. We do have a dog around the office, and so Willow can't, turn off the PC if she wants some food. Because I mean, dogs are smart, and they would think of that.
Yep. I once went to Alt F4 an overlay that was on my screen, but at the same time, my right hand clicked iRacing on the mouse, and I Alt F4'd my race. Oh yeah.
How much iRacing was that?
I don't know. I chose to forget.
So once again, leader of the Pro-Ams is Robin Vist. I think you'll hold on to that lead as well, or Robin Vist. Beendle versus Occhipinti. So, of course, once again,
look at that. Look at that.
Occhipinti with a really good line.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I feel like Occhipinti's been overtaken by a lot of quick drivers. Like he's sort of overperformed. Oh. Well, that could have been netcode, and that is as close to the wall as you're going to see.
Oi, 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 oi. Oh, it's fine.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, and his teammate.
Oh, Rinka. He was in the lead of the ARMS. He's still in the lead of the ARMS, but only just ahead of Britones.
Yeah, so we'll get a Cold Ice sponsored replay system for that double incident. I don't know. It's very difficult to hold the inside there and be flat, so he might have just overbaked it. Or, being that it's a Porsche, if he lifted off aggressively mid-corner, the rear just could have kicked around.
Teammates are alongside. This is Ram Sawyer passing Sheffers, but it's not a good race for either of them. Two of the favourites for the race win, honestly, stayed, but they both picked up the 40 seconds in the pit stop, the two teammates.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice that until I just
the...
Oh, Maya's gone off in front of them, by the way, but he's back on, so...
Yeah, I didn't actually notice that Ramsoy and Sheffers did as well. Both did.
So, of course, they lost 40 seconds with that. So you can see on the timing board, they're 49 seconds of the lead. So they would be with Korshevin. They'd be Tailman, Korshevin, that sort of region.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even raced it this week, but I'd noticed from someone mentioning that they changed the pit entry system.
It's tricky to practice that as well, because at least when you're in a test session,
correct, it doesn't.
You don't pick that up, so you have to do it in a hosted or in an official. But I mean, to be fair, we have had a whole... No, we haven't had a whole week. I forget what day it is. We've literally had 2 days. That's harsh. Yeah, that's tough on the drivers. Had 2 days of this tracking the officials. Tellman. Oh, he's half covering it off. That was a bit risky. And Korshevin is underneath. And he's got a better exit as well as Korshevin. This is a fantastic performance from one of our rookies this season, Batsling, against the championship leader.
Yeah, but how do you get this bit done against Talman? How on earth? Oh, yeah. You just picked the wrong side, that's all.
Well, these two are completely by themselves. They can afford to take a few chunks out of each other in the last 9 minutes. But Tellman's also got to consider the championship. Whoa. And again, he makes a big... I mean, he'll argue that I've just got a very early turn in for that corner. But one could argue it's a block.
I mean, it's all fine at the moment. Hard.
Oh, fine. That's a back marker behind them. He's spun.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Nice move. Tellman back underneath.
That's brilliant.
Wow. I mean, to be fair, your statement about you're not overtaking Tellman, that's coming true right now. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, he's one of the best at all this action. Because we know he's struggling. He hasn't got any pace right now, but losing the position is not on the menu.
I think there was also a change of position between Viella and Kokok. Viella up to 9th now, up 40 places. And I think he's done it all cleanly as well. I don't think he's got a scratch on that car. Might still get Vist before the end, but might be a bit too far. Here comes Korshavin again.
Yeah, Talman looks a little slow there in the straight line, even with the draft model.
Korshavin lifting a bit there.
Oh, Talman's parking. It's going to get feisty now. Then again, he might not be parking, he might just be out of rear tyres. It's a Ferrari after all.
They were 1.7 seconds slower than Veal on that last lap. So if they keep battling like this... I mean, to be fair, Veal is Tailman's teammate, so you wouldn't mind if Veal did catch up.
Yeah.
So Bone is really close now to Lacine, and it might be because of the traffic. We saw traffic played a big part last time out. That was actually how the race lead got
I've just remembered how bad the traffic was at Rodolenta.
In the highlights, I was doing the highlights earlier,
yeah,
and I missed that.
I've only just remembered.
Bad.
No, I only just remembered as well. Lapper's played a massive part in the race. You've got a fancy Brandon now.
And your Tortoise and Ibiza have come with them as well. Yeah, that last lap he lost 2/10 to Lacine. How much traffic do they have coming up? They've got Janowski coming up, but that will be it, to be fair. I think they've only got Janowski. I don't think they'll catch up to Erbestein, especially seeing that Erbestein and Van Spike are really competitive drivers. Of course, last time out, it was, I think it was Massetti who didn't even... No, it wasn't Massetti, was it? It was one of the other Italians.
I'm not sure.
I think it was Messina last time out, wasn't it? He caused the chaos. But
that's the name, yeah.
He's been lapped, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only very close. It's another really close finish.
Right, a couple of replays before the battles ensue. So,
I mean, there's certainly no penalty there. There's no doubt about that. I think it's just whether it's net code or not.
Yeah, they do.
And that was Ochapinti on the inside.
Yeah, it's just a gentle.
Rinke from the lead of the amateurs. He
just
is
came in too
still
hard.
in the lead of the amateurs, but he lost a couple of places overall. Nice.
And this was the battle we were just watching. So this is Talman's. Again, he leaves, you know, exactly a car's width. I liked this battle though, because this was important for sorry, not Oshpinti, Korshavin to show, look, I can be aggressive also, sir. You're going to have to fight for this.
Actually very close as well, live. That's... Oh no, that was... What? Was that Maggioli? That was Maggioli. Okay, so there was actually one extra... Maybe he just pits Maggioli.
Okay, so from their lines, they're close to the limit.
Sure.
Fast drivers do not take T1 like that, both of them. But they just cannot get a 1x.
So there is Janowski, you can see just ahead. There was a bonus back marker, which I don't think we'd need to deal with, but I think that it may have been 2 laps. But yeah, just one more car. He tends the gap. Korshavin's very close to Hellman as well. Or probably... actually, no, he's fallen a little bit back. He closed in turn 2, but couldn't stay close. Do you think... Yeah. Taboni's not got the championship to worry about, at least. Like, he's quite far off already, so he can afford a ascent on the last lap. Do you think he's the type of driver who might do that?
He's not overtly aggressive. He knows how to win, though. I've had him behind me a lot, let's just say. And sometimes he's just polite to me. I know he's being polite if he stays behind me too long. But no, he's a smart dude, so...
Telman versus Korshavin again, and Telman holds on, and Korshavin loses a few tenths of a second as well. Pit stop for Ramsoy, by the way. I think he went over the instant limit. I think he's the first one. You know what, he may have actually... No, he's stationary, is Ramsoy. So maybe he underfueled.
Well, his pit stop didn't make sense because that's why he almost went unnoticed for the speeding pen. 40 plus 20 plus the remainder is a minute something. His pit stop was 59 seconds, so...
Okay. Here is what happened. Oh, so maybe this is why Ramsoy... Oh, and Shepard's desperate to avoid him.
Yeah, it would have been just easy to knock him out the way. Oh, no.
Oh, and then it's a bit awkward of... Yeah, you reverse. No, you reverse.
Oh, this is the battle, isn't it? It's a shame this isn't the lead battle. But then again, we've had this. We had this at Suzuka, right? Literally this. We had Michigan chasing a...
It was
Chasing
Tillman.
Tillman, yeah. Yeah, so far hard but fair.
Yeah, Tillman's making his intentions a little bit more clear this time by covering the...
Look, that's brilliant. Look, no, you're not doing the switches. You're not switching behind me, mate. I'll park here until you take the other line.
If you want to hit the back of me and give me a boost, you can do that. That is up to you.
Yeah, we're both on 19x, so...
We really have been spoiled this season. 4 really great rounds, 4 very different rounds.
Yeah.
I think Daytona was probably the weakest, honestly, but Suzuka was a thriller in the wet. Last time out at Road Atlanta, 2 very close races. And today, still anyone of the top 3 could still win this race. So B3's dropped back a bit, but the top 3 separated by 1.1 seconds after 58 minutes of racing.
I will go say something. It's amazing the difference between what many people watching might call too aggressive drivers, right? They're too aggressive. Whereas it's been the unaggressive drivers just outbraking themselves that have ruined portions of the race. Like, what I mean is, like, sometimes the aggression wasn't there, it's more just stupidity that ruined it. Whereas this aggressive driving hasn't ruined anything.
I think we've raced against various drivers in the past, and I think that is sort of maybe a Venn diagram of, like, incompetent drivers, like aggressive drivers, and those who fall into both categories. And but those who don't fall into either category.
I mean, let's face it, Tillman's more likely to get a 5-second pen than he is to be facing the wrong way ever. Because think of the side-by-side battle he gets involved in, but we never see him facing the wrong way.
Sure.
We just see him on the pedaling sheet.
Well, he needs, well, that was another bit of content. He'll probably only need 0x, but he needs to, like you said earlier on, probably on the limit of 1x's. We've only got 1 lap to go, and Lacine has held onto this one. This would be his 2nd race win of the season. He'll be the first driver to win 2 rounds. We have had, of course, Tillman win 2 races, but I don't think Tillman won the previous... No, Tillman didn't win the previous round. And he would move up into 2nd place as well in the championship, Lacine. Whether he wins this race or not, he will move up into 2nd, but if he can win, he'll take up some extra few points from Tillman. And it's not looking good right now for Tobone. He's not really as close as he was a couple of laps ago. It's 4.5 tenths of a second with 1 tour of the circuit to go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Ford's not easy to overtake. Lacine picked up pole. Lacine's led every lap. I mean, Brandon's biggest advantage was fuel and the pit stop cycle, not passing him on the white flag.
Well, this is his best chance for the entire race, because he got a brilliant run through turn 1. I don't think he took the 1x, but maybe it was just a bit conservative from Lacine. And Lacine's going to have to go defensive for really the first time we've seen in this hour-long event. Tobone has got the opportunity to send it. He is going to send it. From a couple of tenths back, Lacine turns in fairly normally. He should get a much better exit from that corner, but it wasn't bad for Tobone. And if he can stay partially alongside, then he'll force the Ford Mustang driver slightly offline, and he is doing that. Could he go for a dive now? Heading into the Mercedes arena. He looks, but it's not fully committed. Lacine
that was
just
smart from Brandon. He lifted to undo the position to try and then go for the inside dive. We've said so many drivers end up on the wrong side. Brandon tried to sneak one, but Lacine was way too smart.
Great defending there from Lacine. I think Lacine also let off the brake a little bit as well, just let the car drive in a bit deeper, and that just helped him avoid any risk of contact on the apex.
It was nice to see Lacine using his smarts in the hairpin. He knew he just needed to focus on the exit and being on the outside, and he got that. So yeah, well-deserved win. Oh, here we go.
Lacine is going to win the race. I think Tillman is going to hold on as well for 5th place. But for the 2nd time this season, it's Corentin, Lacine and Valkyrie competition, and that could be a 4x. And on the inside goes Korshevin. They're not going to make the final corner. They are rubbing against, and well, Korshevin might just get this one. It could be a post-race penalty though, could be 40 seconds post-race. But Korshevin takes P5 ahead of Tillman. What a battle. And Tillman loses out in a battle for once, as long as there's no post-race penalties.
I mean, I didn't see it all, but Tillman blocked that last corner, right? It was a reactive block to crush the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't see the bits leading up to it.
Oh, this is another move as well later
That's
on.
not a good move. No, that's not a good move.
That was Mola recovering one extra place on De Ruyter. Vist has won in the Browns. Coco with a solid second place. He'll take that after his spin earlier on. And leader of the amateurs, despite a spin for himself as well, Dustin Rinker was so dominant. And despite losing 10 seconds with a spin,
he gave the
still
position
wins
back.
by 4 seconds. And yeah, there was a switch of places.
Yeah,
with Mola letting past De Ruyter.
Yeah, so that was good to see. Very good to see. Because yeah, that was not that move wasn't on. So yeah, respect for that. Yeah, he's flashing. Yeah. What a nice ending after all that.
Yeah, well, told that to a few of the drivers who I think will be quite fed up.
But like I said, after all that.
Sure. Ending on a
high, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, another race win for Lassine. Of course, we've sort of forgotten about Lassine a little bit in the last couple of rounds because he was nowhere in the rain. He messed up his qualifying at Suzuka. And then Road Atlanta, he was sort of there or thereabouts, but didn't maybe 100. It wasn't the fastest and didn't maximise his result. But I think today, as demonstrated, the pace that he had back at Daytona as well.
Yeah, I mean, Lassine did nothing wrong. Pole, fastest lap, led every lap. Did enough in the pit stop. Wasn't the fastest pit stop, but it looks like he left himself enough to fight. Yeah, I mean, perfect race. Defended well as well on white flag. Very impressive. Very impressive drive.
Well, let's have a look at the final results. Then we won't go through the entire results, but it was Lassine, Tabone, and Utortus in the top 3 in the pros. Top 3 in the ARMS were Vist, who was 5th place before the pit stops, but really did well during that period. Or maybe it was 4th, actually, sorry. Maybe it was ahead of Kokok. Anyway, it was Kokok in 2nd and Nova in 3rd. And then in the amateurs, it was Rinker ahead of Betones and Livingston. So he wasn't too far off when it came to Betones, but he did not win that one. It was Rinker. He was the German driver. I said a German would win in the Pro and the Pro-Ams, instead won in the AMS. So that was bad for me. Let's have a chat with a couple of our drivers if they come and in for a chat with us. Because, sometimes we have a chat with them. It's usually very insightful. But let's have a look at our next round of the championship as well. Looking ahead, and it is Spa. Not sure if you know that one, but it's in...
What, the track?
It's in Belgium.
I think I know it. I think I've done a lap or two back in the day.
I appreciate it a lot more now with the rescan. I think it just looks so much better. It's understated just how important
it's improved the racing.
Are.
You can't take that stupid 1X, was it not no name? I'm not going to pretend to know the corners. I think it's improved the racing. I like Spa. The more time's gone on, for me, it's always been a tricky track at my iRacing level. Jumping into top split racing, it's ridiculously quick. But no, I really enjoy the track. It's going to make great racing, but the big guys will get big results. Yeah, it's Spa things. Hockenheim, it was a fight. Lassine in chat, GG's mate. Brilliantly drove there. Really done. Really well done.
Yeah, really, really well driven on that one. That'll also be the B format as well for Spa. Anyone who's interested in taking part in the series, entries are not currently open, but we will probably reopen them in about a month's time, so keep tuned. However, you can take part in the Apex Racing Academy Sebring 2.4 hours. It's a one-off free event a couple of days prior to the Sebring 12 hours. And so it's just a really good prep event for you to take part. It's a solo event, so it's quite a long race, but it'll be on Thursday evenings, broadcast by us guys. And yeah, it will be...
We're going to try and mirror the event conditions, lighting, everything.
Try to really copy as much as we possibly can.
So just 100% rain, 100% humidity.
I mean, we may as well set now the rain of, yeah, it's going to rain because it's iRacing special events. They're going to be like, well, it'd be boring if it didn't rain, right? forget the idea that this sim is meant to be realistic and 90% of Sebring 12 hours probably doesn't rain. But yeah, no, it should rain.
Yes.
So look forward to that one. Sign up over apexracingleague.com. Our drivers are very shy today, unfortunately.
Well, they've just competed in an arena.
True. But I'd be... What's your... Do you go for interviews much? I mean, when it comes to PESC All-Stars, do you have to go for interviews or...?
We get pulled in.
Oh, of course, you're
Mid-race.
all in a thing, aren't you? And then you get pulled in, yeah.
I do. I like to, yeah. But I've loved to talk, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm concerned I enjoy having an interview too much.
We got Simon Livingston. Go
We
on.
do have Simon Andre Livingston, your pick for the race win. Didn't quite come true, but considering he was downplaying himself a little bit in qualifying, it was a good result for Simon Andre and holds on to a top position in the championship. Congratulations. Did you gain confidence, Simon, during the race, or are you just as unconfident and dislikeful of this track as you were in qualifying?
No, I gained a lot of confidence. Work-related stuff, so I haven't really been able to practice this much, so not driven Hockenheim that much. I think like during qualifying practice, I kind of like pushed it a lot. When I kind of like throttled back, started doing it more easy, kind of like the track or the lap times went down. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just been pushing too hard. So gained a little bit, but still not really comfortable with the track.
What did you know about the pit lane entry difference for tonight? Because we saw a lot of drivers, particularly in the Pro-Ams, get caught out by cutting the pit entry thing. You're not allowed across that triangle bit now. Were you aware of that, or is that just your natural line before the change came into place on the pit entry?
I was lucky enough to do that mistake during practice, so then I kind of like put it in the back of my head not to cross the cross the entry line. So yeah, so I know it now after I did a mistake in the practice.
Yeah, a lot of drivers got caught with that.
Yeah. So yeah, that is good work there for finding that and actually doing a pit lane entry in practice. I mean, a lot of people just toe back, so that was very smart from yourself to actually do a practice run on that one. How are you feeling about the championship right now? Of course, it was a bad round one of the season, but I mean, looking at the championship now, you are going to be very close up there. I mean, I think Ochapinti will be up there, Britones will be up there as well, but you must be quite pleased to have made up the points deficit from that round one.
Yeah, round one was chaotic. I think I was caught in the crash in the bank, had to take a fast repair, then going out, and then another incident happened right in front of me. I got a new fast repair, so 7 minutes or something in pit. So that race was just bad, but the pace was there, so I had the confidence that I could bring it back. And my luck and good racecraft during the 3 events that has been right now, I have gained a lot of position, so I will just keep on doing my strategy and just push on during this championship.
Yeah, well, it's looking very good after 4 rounds of the season. I guess we're halfway through the championship now, so yeah, looking good for yourself. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, we'll give a shout out to my personal spotters today, Eric Rosette and Nikolai Egar, top guys, and a big shout out to you, Sam, and to you, David, for being the best commentating team on Apex. In my view, I don't know, it's objective, but and of course Racing Lab esports for good teamwork and all of that. And thank you guys, and good night.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words, and see you back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we will. Bye.
Bye.
Simon Andre Livingston there, your 3rd place finisher in the AMS, and like I said, I think maybe Britones might be ahead. No, I think he'll still be ahead of Britones, so I think he'll be championship leader now. Or maybe Ochapinti. No, Ochapinti ought to be championship leader, but he'll be 2nd in the championship. It's looking good for him.
But my picks did all right. P2, where is my guy gone in Pro-Am?
Yeah, I think forget Pro-Am.
Okay.
Move on.
And then, what was it? 2nd? 3rd? 3rd.
3rd. Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for us today. We will be, of course, back in 2 weeks' time for the next round of the championship. But of course, in the meantime, there's loads more stuff on Apex Racing TV. We've got the season finale of the Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup on Tuesday. That's probably, yeah, that's one of the most entertaining series that we have on the channel. So tune in for that on Tuesday whilst the series is still going on. Of course, we've got prototypes as well on Monday. We've got Radicals, the official series, tomorrow. We've got Rick Motek on Monday nights, and loads of other series as well, constantly going on Apex Racing 2. So do subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, and check out our social media as well. That's Apex Racing League and Apex Racing TV on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, from David Sampson, and from everyone here at the Apex Racing TV esports studio, we will say goodbye for now, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks' time.
Ciao.